welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Grace and welcome here. If you end up liking this video, then please subscribe and do a thumbs up so that I'll know that you're liking my videos and this channel. Okay, this video is a little bit different. If you've been to my channel so far, everything has been beauty related so far. Today I wanted to do something a little bit more home and lifestyle. And I wanted to do a review and an unboxing on my Misfit produce box. Okay, so I've got the website pulled up on my phone and I was going to read a little bit about what is the Misfit market. There are several of these produce boxes that you can get nowadays. One of them is Imperfect Produce, and there's several, but a lot of them, I looked into them several months ago, even a year ago, and a lot of them did not ship to my zip code. I'm in Alabama. A lot of them, of course, go to the bigger cities before they start to ship here. So somebody on my Instagram feed had posted about it, and I thought, well, if they ship to them, then they might actually ship to me now. And so when I looked it up, sure enough, they did ship to me. So this is Misfits Market. It says, we believe everyone deserves access to affordable, fresh, and healthy food. In America, many of us still don't have access to high-quality, fresh fruits and vegetables. We waste as much food as we eat. Almost half of what our nation's farms grow is never even eaten. Much of this is due to modern-day beauty standards for food. Misfit fruits, misshapen vegetables, and delicious but odd-sized produce are squandered at every level. It's not healthy, it's expensive. It's a problem at a huge scale, and it doesn't fit with our view of the world. It's why we started a company to do something about it. So, and then it goes on to explain that they partner with organic farms to bring you food that for some reason the grocery stores did not want. Usually that is food that is produce that is too small or is misshapen. So maybe a carrot with two attached nugs instead of just one perfectly long straight carrot. And also sometimes the greens, maybe they're a little squished or some stems have been broken off, things like that. This is now my third box to get. So keep that in mind. It's not like I've had it for a year, but so far I've been happy with the choice or with the purchase. My box is $22 a month. $22 a box, and I get my box every other week. It gave you the options to get your box once a week or every other week. I'm the only one in my household unless, you know, I have a friend over or a significant other over to eat, so I definitely don't need a box every week. $22, of course, it could be too much for your budget, but it is organic produce, so you have to keep that in mind. If you were to go to the grocery store and compare an apple to an apple, you have to compare to the organic. I have seen some blogs and some videos where they take everything that they got in their box, they go to their local supermarket and look at the organic produce, and it is still cheaper to get it at the supermarket. So I don't know if I'm going to purchase this box forever, but I wanted to at least try. And so that's what this video is here for you guys, so that you'll know if you want to go for it or want to hold off or just not even do it. One thing that also kind of pushed me to go ahead and make the purchase is the idea and the fact that otherwise this type of food or these products would be thrown away. I would like it to not be more expensive to get the food that otherwise would be thrown away. That should be cheaper, you would think. But this is still a new concept, so I'm willing to work with them. Okay. So, enough talking, let's dive into my box. I was able to choose what I wanted. You get an option every single time. They give you a lot of options. And they'll go through tiers. Hold on. So they'll say the following items, you can choose 6 out of the following choices. And it'll say apples, pears, rutabaga, lettuce, limes, everything. And then it'll drop down and it'll say, okay, now the following items, you can choose 4 of these. So I guess they base those off of the quantity. So if they have a ton of apples, they're going to put those on maybe the ones that people can choose 6, so that the most people are choosing the apples. You're not getting 6 apples, you're just choosing 1 serving of each of those. So 6 individual servings of different produce. You get 1 to 2 servings of each produce. So if you choose limes, you might get 2 limes. If you choose apples, you might get a couple of apples. If you choose a head of lettuce, you'll probably just get 1. Okay, let's finally get into my box. So, it's really nice. They package it with eco-friendly packaging, so there's really not any plastic in here, I don't think, except for the ice packs. This came last night, so my ice packs are completely melted. I put it outside overnight because it's cold. It's just as cold as my refrigerator outside last night, and then put it in the garage today until I was ready to film. So my ice pack is melted though. All right, and they send these kind of like, let's see, it says Bio Drain, non-toxic, reusable, made in the USA, sink and garden safe gel pack. So I guess it's safe to just pour it outside if you didn't want to use it again. I might try, I don't think I've reused any of them so far. I might try to refreeze that in my freezer, because it's always nice to have an ice pack. Okay, so they're probably a little wet because that ice pack has not melted, but well, yeah, it's melted, so the condensation. All right, first thing that I see is a zucchini. So everything on here I will have chosen. So if you hate zucchini, you don't have to pick it. There were a lot of options. Okay, 1 zucchini, and it looks great. It looks exactly like a zucchini I would have gotten from the store. There's no bruises, there's no scratches. I don't know why this wouldn't have been chosen to go to a grocery store. Next, I'm gonna have to get on my phone and remember what this is. I would have chosen it, of course, and the nice thing is they email me a list of what is coming in my box, because I forget what I signed up for. So let's see. This must be the purple top turnip. So I got turnips before, and they were little tiny guys in a previous box, and I actually put them in some potato soup and just hid them in the potato soup. And cool. I bought those specifically, and one way that I have been wanting to use this box, one goal for me for this box is to force me to maybe cook with produce that I don't normally cook with, because they do give you options like rutabagas, bok choy, turnips, greens that I've never heard of before. And so sometimes I'll see those and I'll pick them knowing that, okay, now I'm going to need to cook with them. So let me find a recipe and get a little bit more creative in the kitchen and expand my food palette to see, to taste some produce that I've never tasted before. So purple topped turnip, that's what that must be. Here is, oh, this looks really good. Some kale, got a little dangly piece right there. Let's see, this is Tuscan kale. I have gotten greens twice in the box. I've asked for greens each time. This is the best looking greens that I've gotten so far. Other than this piece that's dangling. Again, I don't know why this would not have gone to the supermarket. Let me show you. I want the light to hit it so you can see. It's dark green, it's crisp. I mean, I could use this in a salad right now. I don't know what's necessarily wrong with it. So that's awesome. I don't know why that would have just been thrown away rather than taken to a grocery store. Oh, interesting. Okay, I've never had this happen before. My zucchini broke in the box, so I think they laid something too heavy on top of it because it's all just in here together. and I guess they laid something too heavy and it just snapped. So it's fine, it's firm, there's no bruises, it's not even, there's no bad parts on the inside. It just completely just snapped in half perfectly. So that's interesting. So I'll just put that in a baggie in the fridge or something, or just put it, honestly, I could put it in the fridge like this, and if these ends get dried up, just cut them off. Okay. Here is an apple. That's actually a really big size. I've gotten apples in both boxes, and they've been small, pretty, you know, pretty small size. Actually, I still have one from an old box. Hold on. Okay, so because apples keep really well, I still have this one from when I got the box 2 weeks ago, and it's a Granny Smith, and you can see it's a little on the small side. I mean, they sell apples this size at the store, but I assumed that's why I got it in my box. But this one is much larger, and this is a Kanzi apple. Is that what it says? Let's see. Or is that the brand? Yeah, large Kanzi, Kanzi apple, so, which I enjoy. My favorite way right now to eat apples is with cookie butter from Trader Joe's. A red onion. I ask for onions every time because unless it's rotten, I don't really know how an onion can be bad. I mean, they're a classic winter root vegetable in terms that they can be kept in a pantry even. They don't even necessarily have to be refrigerized, and they can be kept in a pantry for a while, several weeks, if not months. So I always get onions because I don't understand. I mean, there's a place here where the skin is not perfect, but that's not gonna, I mean, I'm gonna cook with it anyway. Okay, let's see, looks like 2 lemons. I mean, this one's kind of funky shaped, I guess. It's more round than anything. This one looks like a completely normal lemon, so I don't know. I sound like a broken record, but I don't know why this wouldn't have been taken to the store. Some carrots, and I can see why these didn't go to the store because they're little tiny guys, and I guess they were not chosen to be drilled down or sanded down into baby carrots, since that's all baby carrots are, just cut up regular carrots. So I'll show you there. I have very small hands. I have like child-sized hands, and they are pretty small, which is fine. They're going to taste exactly the same. But I could see why those at least didn't get sold at the store, because how do you put these next to your standard non-organic GMO big boy carrots? This is a bok choy. Oh, and he's tiny. I got a bok choy in my last box 2 weeks ago, which I really should have skipped because it was the week of Thanksgiving, and I forgot to skip it. I didn't think in terms of the calendar when I was ordering that box, and I had to try to cook all that food so it wouldn't go bad at the same week as Thanksgiving when you already have so many leftovers. But I made it. I was able to eat most of it. So I had a bok choy then, and I made a stir fry with it. And this one is much tinier, but that doesn't bother me because it was actually hard to use all of that bok choy because it was the week of Thanksgiving because it was so large. And this, oh, I've lost a leaf, but he looks fine. He's just fallen off. This is Napa cabbage. It's also called Chinese cabbage. So I also stir-fried this. It's just really easy to either buy a teriyaki or some kind of stir-fry sauce, or make one yourself just with some soy sauce and ginger and honey and whatever else you want. Throw it all in a giant pan or a wok if you want to feel really authentic, and make a stir-fry. Oh, I've lost an onion. There's another, a lemon, excuse me. There's another lemon. Ooh, man, I'm going to be eating turnips this week and next week. That is a giant turnip. So, I guess I'm going to be looking up some turnip recipes. I don't I don't have much experience eating turnips. I know it is not everybody's favorite food, but I am far from picky, and I like a challenge to cook with vegetables that maybe not everybody likes. So I will be looking up some turnip recipes. If you guys know of any good turnip recipes, please link them down below or type them out in the comments down below. That's awesome. This thing is huge. I don't know if maybe that's why it wasn't sold in stores, is because it's too big and it would overshadow all of his brethren. I will take him though. That's awesome. I mean, imagine if this thing was sold by the pound in a grocery store. An organic turnip that is at least 2 pounds. That's funny. Oh, a couple more little carrot nubs. I can make some soup or something with that. I don't love carrots just on their own. Now, I've seen lately people are doing these like maple glazed carrots, and I could maybe try that, but I'll just probably put them in a soup, stew, something like that. Another onion, that's just a yellow onion. I mean, and I guess he is kind of shaped kind of funny. If you can see that, he is kind of more bulbous on this right side than this left side, so he's a little right heavy. I don't understand why that matters. And last, but not least in this household, is potatoes. She got a few, red potatoes and yellow potatoes. So that's funny, I only got 2 yellow potatoes, and they're pretty small. And then I got 2 red potatoes that look fine. I mean, they're maybe a little on the dry side, kind of, not even necessarily wrinkly, they just kind of look a little, almost dehydrated. But I'm gonna cook them before I eat them anyway, so it's not gonna matter to me. So I'm gonna bring the camera over here and so that you guys can see all of this laid out and how awesome this is. I mean, for organic produce, I don't think $22 is too bad, and you can skip the box. So I learned my lesson from the week of Thanksgiving, so I'm definitely going to be sure to skip the box the week of Christmas, because I might be, driving to see a few family members, and then obviously you're going to be eating holiday food. I don't need extra produce getting in that I have to cook. That's the only other thing that you might have to think about is your schedule flexible enough to cook the food that you get pretty quickly? Because one reason why it hasn't been sold in the grocery stores could be because it was already kind of wilted or kind of bruised. So it's fine, it hasn't lost any of its nutritional value, but it might need to be cooked a little sooner than if you had just bought it from the grocery store today and it was in its most pristine condition. Now, of course, you can pick your items also, so you could take that into account. If I knew, hey, I have, some meetings, I'm going to be really busy at work the day that the box gets there and the couple of days after the box gets there, maybe I won't order a lot of greens that are going to wilt really quickly. Maybe I'll just get potatoes and onions, maybe some apples, things like that. You can skip your box, I think, at any time. I would need to double check on that. And you can pick your delivery day. So it asked if Wednesday is my delivery day. I think I can change that at any time if I need to. But I decided I liked that because it didn't really matter to me. And then by the weekend, when I usually have more time to actually sit down and cook everything that needs to be cooked, maybe I had time to at least pick up the other ingredients that I'm gonna need and that kind of thing, so that anything that needs to be cooked, like this Napa cabbage, this bok choy, those probably need to be cooked first out of my assortment that I've got here, so I can stir fry those this weekend, and that's still plenty of time. Okay, I hope that you guys enjoyed this review and unboxing of my Misfits box. I am filming this, just so you guys know, it's December 10th on the day that I'm filming this. So that might give you an idea also of why I have these types of food: kale, carrots, onions, potatoes, turnips. Those are obviously more fall and winter foods, so if you're wondering why there's not, a lot of tomatoes and yellow squash, that's why, and that makes sense, and it's perfectly fine with me because I try to eat a little bit more seasonally anyway. I know that if I went to the store right now and bought a bright red tomato, that came from somewhere that it is currently hot enough to grow a tomato. So it had to be shipped all that way. So if I am going to pay for the gas that's involved in shipping, then at least it's to transport US grown, mostly US grown food that's organic, and that would otherwise be thrown out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and like this video. That would help me a lot. And I will look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Thanks. Bye.